Okay,
Good
hey.
evening, everybody. Welcome to hashtag
TFR
TFR Motivation Monday.
Oh my gosh, this is one of our favorite nights of the week because we get to come to you guys, and many of you join us live and get to be part of this call while we're doing it live. But for those of you that can't be on here live, we have got you covered. As you can see here on the screen, we hit the record button, and that means that all you have to do is go to either YouTube or to SoundCloud. On YouTube, just find Team Freedom Reigns and subscribe. And SoundCloud, it is Freedom Reigns. So subscribe after the call tonight so that you automatically get those notifications when we upload new content. So we got you covered.
Cool bonus.
Yeah, it is. So let's move to the next one here. All right, guys. So many of you have already seen on the TFR, the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page, where we have been celebrating you since Saturday. June 1st was Saturday, and we put up all of the celebrations, including Sensational Saturday, which is celebrations of the week prior, your wins, your small steps forward, your victories, and even your challenges. We want to celebrate with you. But we also went ahead and we put this month, for the last month, the May top enrollers and rank advancements on there. So please go to the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page and celebrate together, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
You want to talk about this one?
Yep. So we've got promotions. We've got promotions and we got promotions. Because at LifeVantage and at Team Freedom Reigns, we love to promote things. We love to get people promoted, and we want people to win. So take a look at your screen and look at the Pace Setter program. We've had a couple qualifiers this past month, and we've got some great people that are going to qualify this month. We've got the Pave Your Way Influencer program, and of course, we've got the 10-year anniversary of LifeVantage, which as of May 18th of 2019 marks 10. That's X in Roman numerals, for those of you who understand that. 10 years we've been a company, and for 10 years we've been influencing the world, but the next 10 years is where it's going to get crazy amazing. So there you go. Go to our teamfreedomreigns.com/ you're covering.
Sorry,
I can't see what it is.
It is current dash promotions. Sorry, guys. Hey, Travis and Kimberly, I sent you a link in your email. If you can go and come on through that one so that we can see you and hear you, I would really, really greatly appreciate it, because we want to be able to see you guys. We don't want
anybody to miss out on this stuff.
Yeah, so that link is in your email, okay? If you don't find it, we will find it for you and get it sent to you, because we want our team to be able to see your beautiful faces.
So once again, go to teamfreedomreigns.com/current-promotions.
And guys, this is one of them. Coming up in July, we've got our 10-year anniversary. We do not want anyone to miss out on this, okay? This is going to be a big party in Kansas City. We have got the amazing Brian Tracy that's going to be coming and teaching us how to eat that frog, right? And to stop making excuses. So I cannot wait to see him live. I love his books. I love his teaching. But currently, registration is $169 for you to be able to get pre-registered. Oh, didn't want that to happen. And on site, it goes clear up to $219. So please,
don't pay more money.
Yeah, seriously. If you've enrolled new distributors to Gold or Platinum Pack, make sure that they pre-register using their free ticket, okay? Oh, there you are. Yay!
We got them.
So you want to make sure that you use that ticket, and they have to pre-register, because if they go and try to register on site, they will be charged full price, and that is not how we want their first experience at our amazing events to be.
That's like the Family Feud equivalent of 3 strikes. Don't want that.
It's kind of sucky, yeah. All right, guys. So we introduced last week that this month we are going to have an amazing, amazing series for you guys that have been part of LifeVantage for a while and those that are brand new. Sometimes we get stuck up on the basics, right? We forget how simple we need to keep this business. And so we've broken it down into 4 different weeks. We have 4 amazing top leaders, couples that are going to be coming on and helping to share the information on the 4 different topics that you see on the screen right now. So I'm super duper excited about this couple that we have that's going to be coming on with us. We've known them for several years and just really enjoy sitting with them in the elite section, seeing them at the elite retreats and just kind of hanging out with them. Love their smiles, love their spirit. And so we actually have Elite Pro 7s, Travis and Kimberly Hall, that are coming to us from Bradenton, Florida, to be able to share with you guys their personal story. And I got to tell you, we heard their training on the inviting do's and don'ts when they were part of a Super Saturday that Master Pro 10 Cunningham's, Brandon and Lynette were hosting. we were blown away with the simplicity and the vulnerability that they shared with the team. And so we wanted to bring that to you guys tonight. So before we hand it over to the Halls, is there anything you want to say about Travis and Kimberly?
And just to piggyback on what Marcy said about that training we witnessed, it was absolutely phenomenal. We were driving back from Las Vegas, the Eric Worre GoPro, the most powerful women in network marketing event, when we listened to it. And it was just incredibly rich with content, but so simple. And it's one of those things that when you hear something in a different way, you have a very profound aha moment. And that was definitely why they were invited and graciously accepted. And we're so blessed and can't wait to hear from them. But I do want to share one thing about it. When we were in Florida I don't remember what Elite Academy it was the Hurricane Matthew one that just came through and devastated everything. I think it knocked a couple lawn chairs over, and that was about it. But we were locked into the hotel, and we had dinner at the table next to these guys, and we were watching. And I just have to tell you, this is one of the most beautiful couples I've ever seen. Not from an outward perspective, but an inward perspective. I was kind of closest to their table, and I was trying to eavesdrop on their conversation while we were eating dinner. And in the middle of margaritas and enchiladas, I was listening to a power couple talk about some amazing things. And we had a great conversation after that dinner. I wasn't creeping on you guys, just admiring you from afar. But thank you so much for being our special guest, and we just can't wait to hear from you and learn from you guys. Yes. So welcome.
So thank you for joining us. Can you guys please share your story and then just go right into your teaching topics, because I know you've got so much to share.
Every time we do these things, we feel quite vulnerable, which is why she started so far off to the side of the camera. I was like, get over here. You're supposed to be on camera.
Well, I was the screw up in the whole invite deal. So yeah, that's why it was so authentic. It was very close to home.
Anyway, but thank you very much. We always have a good time talking with you guys and seeing you. And oh heck, the Elite Academies are like our favorite thing to go to when it comes to this business. I tell you, so many friends all over the United States now, and then in different countries, and it's like this is what we look forward to. So that was a good time. And I gotta say, I like the margaritas. I'm just saying,
right?
I know.
So story, huh?
Well, thank you again for the invite. So our story actually starts out pretty embarrassing, I guess, because we took so long to actually get this, and it's something that we were looking for all along. So I say that because there's 2 points that I want everybody to get out of the invite that was given to us, and how long it actually took us to actually say yes. So there's a couple different things. Don't prejudge. So see if you get that throughout our story, and don't give up on people, because people's story changes, or their time. It just takes time sometimes for people.
Yeah.
So it kind of started for Travis and I on our 20th anniversary. So Travis and I have been married for 28 and a half, almost 29 years.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, September.
I know it's been that long.
Congratulations.
Trust me, I know it. It actually started before that, because I remember before our 20th anniversary, Kim comes home and says, hey, I had lunch with Lynette today, and they're in this new business that has to do with network marketing and health thing, and they want you to take a look at it. And I was like, I don't have time for that. I'm already working 60 hours a week. What in the world would I want to do that? And that was that was like the end of it right there for how long? For a while.
For almost 2 years. It was almost 2 years. But I mean, we've known Lynette and Brandon since childhood. So our relationship with them was, yes, and they are master pro 10s, and we get it, people, but they were still Lynette and Brandon to us, and they were special, but we were like, okay, he grew up with Lynette. So he didn't take it seriously as far as what was being brought to him. And so she brought it to me, but she brought it to me more on the health aspect of things. And it wasn't until our 20th anniversary that something hit us like smack in the forehead, like we need something different, because we were on top of Yosemite, and it was just Travis and I, and it was a 10-day vacation away from our children, and that was heart-wrenching enough that we didn't bring our kids, but it was our anniversary. But we sat there and we were like, we want to do this. This is what we want to do. We want our kids to experience this. This is, what can we do? We don't want to go back home with the same old stuck in the rut. We want some freedom, and we didn't have it. We had money. We had a nice home. We had all of this stuff, but we weren't able to use the stuff because we just had no time. And he was just kind of stuck in this like hamster wheel, because we've owned our own business since the beginning of time. So.
Construction, and if anybody out there is in construction, it's real easy for it to absolutely consume your life. And next thing you know, you eat, breathe, and sleep construction, employees, where's the next job going to come from? How are you going to do that job? And then you're moving on to the next one. It's this thing. And that vacation, it's like I knew Monday morning I had to be back at work into this black hole. And I was like, we have to do something different. And we had no idea what to do, even though LifeVantage was introduced to us already. And we came back, months went by, nothing changed. We went out on a spearfishing trip. Fred Graves and Brandon invited me in spearfishing. And we had a good time out there. And I said, Brandon, how's that juice business of yours going? Because I didn't know what it was, you know. And you know what he said? You know what his invite was? It's going great. That was it.
With a smile on his face.
Big smile on his face. Like not just a smile, like a cocky smile kind of thing. And I took off. Yeah. I took off to the back of the boat. I sat down next to Fred because I hadn't seen him in a while. How are you guys doing? What's been going on? And I said, so Brandon's doing pretty good in this business. He said, yeah, he just got a $4,000 raise per month, and I'm doing good too. And inside, my mouth like dropped, like, a silly little juice business? What in the world is going on with that? And why is Fred in it? Because I know he made lots of money already. Why would he be in a silly business? And I didn't ask any more questions. I honestly, I thought I was going to get a big sales pitch on network marketing and stuff. And now I'm stuck on a boat in the middle of the Gulf and no way to get off of it with the sales pitch going on. So I thought I was going to open up a can of worms, but it didn't. They actually left it at that. I got off the boat after me shooting all the fish. No, not really. Teaching them how to spearfish. I'm kidding. I might be exaggerating there a little bit. But I called Kim up. I said, hey, we're back to port. You need to invite Brandon and Lynette over for dinner and see what's going on with this business, because we need to know what's up with that. And we found out the story within a few nights and signed up, and the rest was history.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And actually, no, that's not true. He signed me up.
Yeah.
He signed me up, and he said, I think you should do this. I'll support you. Yeah. So we took it from there, and that's, you know, for me and Travis, I was an at-home mom, guys. So, you know, I was able to raise our children. We were able to do a lot of fantastic things. So you heard his viewpoint. You heard his side of things. But I was sitting back as a mom going, he's really missing out. I'm raising these kids. Even though he was supporting us and being the best father that he could, I knew he was missing out on a lot of stuff. And, you know, my mom was a single mom as I was 12 years old, 13 years old when we moved down here, and my dad left us, and it was like we had nothing. My mom was making $12 an hour. And not that I ever felt like Travis was ever going to leave me like that, but I always had this thing in the back of my head. If something were to happen to him, where does that leave me? What can I do? What can we build together that will leave us a legacy, or leave us something to where we can still live freely, you know? So, and we had no clue. We had no clue what we were going to do, because this wasn't an option when they brought it to us, because I wasn't a salesperson. I wasn't this, I wasn't that. And good for you, Lynette. I'm so glad you were able to do that. But I didn't think that was me. I didn't think that was something I could do.
So a couple takeaways on the invite, because we're trying to tie, I know Kim was talking about tying this into that. Think back in that story when I was on the boat. Were they acting like salesmen? Mm-mm. No. You know, mm-mm. They're being real. They weren't pushing. I knew something was going on, but they didn't push it with me. They knew that I knew something was going on, and it would come in my time. So there's a takeaway there. And I'm not saying every invite's not the same. Every person is different, and there's different invites and tips we'll give you off of this. But take a note there that this is one of the biggest tips, is neither one of them, Fred or Brandon, were needy. They didn't need me to be a distributor. They didn't need me to be a customer. They had information that they knew could help me, and they're willing to share it. That's what it comes down to. And that's the simplicity of network marketing. If there's one thing that I could share with somebody and they would remember, the one thing, it's that network marketing is basically, it's just two different things. It's one, you're taking a product that you would pretty much take anyway, and you love that product. And two, you're willing to share that with somebody else. And if you're willing to do those two things, take a product, share that information with somebody else, there's absolutely no reason not to be a distributor within LifeVantage, because you're doing it anyway. Whether you're talking to one person a month or you're talking to one person a day or 10 people a day, there's no reason not to be a distributor and accept a check, because somebody's going to want those products too.
Is that it?
Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. Smack down. Okay, drop the mic. We can go. No. We're done. No.
Okay, so that simplicity, honestly, I did not get there for like 2 years of being in this business. I don't know why. I was like, people would ask me, okay, you're in network marketing, and there's all these different ideas of what people, would you guys agree that so many people out there have different ideas of how network marketing works and what they're expected to do?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, there's been so many people before us that have done it just absolutely the wrong way that it's given us a bad name. So that's our job now, is to correct that and do it all right, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and and you think about it, it's like, I ask myself, so why is that? Well, people come into network marketing, and instead of it just being about taking a product and sharing the information on that, whether it's the product or the business, because there's really two products, they think in order to do this business, they need to get distributors. They need to become salesmen in order to get people to be distributors or get them to be customers. Mm-hmm. And that takes them down a road of trying to become a professional salesman. Mm-hmm. And the average person, number one, doesn't want to do that, and so it's not duplicatable. And number two, they don't necessarily have the skills to do that, so why even take them down that road? So it's the idea, I like to use an analogy of a penny duplicating itself, that we're looking for a whole bunch of pennies that love the products that LifeVantage has and are willing to share that with somebody else, rather than looking for these like silver dollars that are just going to go out there and they're going to, talk to 10 people a day, and they're going to talk a bunch of people into being distributors. Whereas that penny that duplicates itself, it'll just grow and grow and grow, and it's simple and everybody can do it.
Yeah.
So here's what I liked to do, because I messed up my first 25 people. I mean, when I say I messed up like once I started to hear myself speaking and how I was talking to people, I was just like, oh my word, please nobody record me.
I can verify that too.
And I just turned into this weirdo. I don't know why. I just got on the phone with people and was just weird.
It wasn't natural.
It wasn't natural. I was nervous. You could hear the shake in my voice, and I'm like, this is not me. Why in the heck am I so nervous? So I would say, as you're going through your list of people, write down the people. I mean, if you know who they are, write down their pain points. Is it their money that they're looking for? Is it time freedom that they're looking for? Do they already have money, but they work all the time? Is it their health? Do they have something specific? Do you know them well? So I would break people down as far as health, money, or just looking for something, or your chicken list. Put your chicken list down there too, and you can save those for a little bit later.
In other words, why would they want to listen to what you have? And if you know what that might be, then they're going to want to listen to you because you have something that they want. And that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. Rather than them thinking that they're there to help you.
So I'm going to take everybody through a scenario, because I think every single one of us, I know every single one of us have done this, but you're just not admitting it. But you sounded bad too, trust me. So I think it's important for everybody to understand what I mean when I started sounding like a weirdo because I just, I could hear it in my head.
Oh, here comes the role-playing thing.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, are you guys okay with us role playing?
Yeah, perfect.
Yes. This is why we have you here. Yeah.
All right, I'll embarrass myself. It's okay. It is on record. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to invite Travis how I did when I introduced this to like 25 people. So I became a mini McCord. So, yeah. Hey, Travis. Hey, I'm so happy I got you. It's been a while since we chatted.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, so I've got something that I've been wanting to share with you and Kim. And I know how much she's into health, and I know how much you are into business. And I got something that just kind of like puts the combo together.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I really like her. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Kim's like the best.
She is pretty amazing. Anyways, so on the health aspect of things, I mean, we're talking something that reduces oxidative stress, which is linked to over 200 diseases, right? And it activates your NRF2. And it actually takes you into like the whole anti-aging deal. And I really feel as though she's going to get so excited about this because it's like eating food, so it's the whole breakdown. Let me give you the whole breakdown and you understand.
Okay.
So people, this is exactly, I was going into this like dark wormhole because people would say, what is it? And I felt like I had to give them every single solitary detail because my face would start to get flushed and I didn't know where to stop. And so I stopped it so that you didn't have to feel the pain of it all. But that's exactly, I gave oxidative stress. We were on pubmed.gov. I gave that we had all the science behind it. I gave that Montel Williams was on it. I mean, I gave
there's something
detail
in the blueprint that says be the messenger, not the message. And so what she was doing right there is she was the message. She was the tool. She was the video. And people are already making decisions based on what she said and making assumptions rather than getting really good validated information that can come off of a tool such as a video, whatever tool that might be. And so she was taking the place of that. And we don't want to, you'll see it right in the blueprint about a messenger is the person, she's wanting to be the person that brings the tool to somebody so that they can get good information and then make an educated decision for themselves rather than turning into a salesman like she was just doing. She didn't want to be a salesman, but that's exactly what people's perception are when you start going into that.
So do you guys use the term ITT?
We have not quite introduced that term to the whole team yet. We know it.
Invite, tool, team. So we just say the simplicity behind this is you invite to a tool and then get your team on, have your team back you up.
Invite's simple. It's, network marketing is a simple thing. Why do we want to complicate it? So don't, just be yourself, be natural. I'm not going to say what Colt Elam tends to say. We got to keep the PG rated, right? Anyway, doing a invite.
A simple invite because I know who Travis is and I know his pain. Okay, yeah. So hey Travis, I was thinking about you and Kim, and Travis and I, we came across something that I feel as though you might want to take a look at.
Okay.
So it does have to do with business. I know you're an entrepreneur. And I want to send you over some information. Do you have time now, or would this evening be better for you?
No, not right now, but maybe this evening I could, yeah.
So I can send it over to you about 7 p.m. Would that be good?
Yeah.
You'll be settled down and all of that good stuff?
That should work. Put the kids to bed.
All right. And then I tell you what, if you've got the kids to bed, 7 o'clock, it only takes about 8 minutes to kind of get the gist of what the information is. Okay. And then I'll give you a call back, and then we can kind of discuss why I thought of you.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
All right.
That'll work.
Perfect. So I invited him to a tool, and then now I'm going to invite him to the team.
And I had a reason to listen to it because she acknowledged I was entrepreneurial, which I am, and I think about business. And why not? Why would I not want to get the information? I'll get the information and make a decision after. And whatever that is, if I say no, If I say I want more information, it's okay. If I say yes or no, it does not. If you're the distributor, it does not matter to you. Be detached from the outcome or the answer.
What's the book? Go for the No?
Yes.
Have you guys heard that book? Yeah, go for the no. Because I mean, as long as you're staying consistent and you are continuing to invite people, it's whether they say yes or no. We said no. We said no like 4 times. So, you know, then all of a sudden we said yes. So there's so much value in being consistent with people and continuing to just, and even a follow-up is just seeing each other on a spearfishing trip and us caring enough as friends to say, hey, how's that thing going?
So we'll leave you real quick with these. The last things is these tips is number one, consistency is the important thing. And some of the best results I got is when I was going to do an invite every night, no matter what. It was going to happen regardless of my day. So consistency, don't be needy. They're not there. You're not there to try to get them to be a distributor. So you're not going to say things like, please watch this video, or will you watch this video for me? Because that's automatically putting something in their head that they're doing you a favor, and they're not. You're actually doing them a favor.
You have a gift for them.
Right. The other thing is build your belief up, because your belief getting built up, that's going to build your confidence. And then when you talk to people, you're going to come across as confident, and they're going to be much more trustworthy in hearing what you have to say. And then one more thing. I don't remember right now.
I think that was it.
Maybe it'll come back to me.
No. Have fun.
Have fun.
Yes.
Have fun. I think that was the worst part. I took this as a job in the very beginning, and I sat down and I was like, it's going to be done like this, and this is how it's going to be done. And I lost the joy in the invite and what I was sharing with people. Guys, we have something so special that we're sharing with people. It's helping so many people on so many levels. And we don't know whether or not that person is just health. Lynette came to me mainly based on health, just because she knew I was all about being preventative. She knew I was all about that stuff. But she had no idea the behind the scenes as to how crazy he was going with our construction company and where his brain was, and that I basically had him for a day and a half. And then Sunday at 3 p.m., I could see him disappear in his brain, and he was back at work. And I was like, this is unacceptable. So she had no idea that was what we were going through. So we don't know exactly why people need this, but they need it regardless.
And now my kids have said, Dad never goes to work. What's the deal?
He's always home.
And it's Dad, you're at the chair again at the dining room table. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, I will never give up what LifeVantage has given us. Whatever level you guys and anybody else out there wants to take this to, you can take it to whatever level you want. It's there. There's no reason not to be a distributor. There's no reason not to do the business. You take it and you make what you want out of it. And it's really blessed our lives.
You guys are so awesome. Oh my
Seriously.
goodness. I love that, just keeping it simple. Don't be the message. Invite to your team, use your team, right? And have fun. I mean, that's really truthfully what it's all about.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
anybody can do this. Anybody can do this.
Yep.
Right? Is there anything you want to say? Because I have one last question for them.
And when you guys were talking about the no's and go for no, and I heard it so many times in the beginning. This is the first company I've been with, so I was a newbie in the beginning and didn't really know anything about network marketing. And I was getting discouraged with every no, and people were saying, well, just every no brings you closer to a yes. And I was having a hard time believing that because I kept getting no after no after no. And I realized a key shift, and Travis, you mentioned it, that when it's all about you, and it's like, oh, I've got something you have to take a look at, and it's all about you, when someone thinks they're doing you a favor, if they find the time, which is very rarely, then they may look at it, but they frequently forget. But when it's all about them, because I know you're struggling with this, because I know you're entrepreneurial, because I know you mentioned you've been having health challenges, I've got something that I think could help you. When it's about them, they make the time. And so I realized that no's have really nothing to do with it. And if you keep getting no's, I guess statistically you may be closer to a yes, but if you're repeating the same thing, every no leads you closer to another no until you make it about them. And Kimberly, when you were saying find their pain, that's exactly it. Find their pain, find their interest, whatever, and then don't be attached to it. Perfect training, guys. Thank you so much. I wish you guys would have taught me that in the beginning, because and I had Blue and Colt are my sponsors. They were great people in doing this and wanted to help me. I just had an ego that wouldn't let them in. So I was listening to Charlie Brown's teacher every time they talked. It was like, wah, 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 because I'm like, yeah, okay, I've already been successful in business. Doesn't make any sense, because I wasn't looking at it from the right point. I was needy. I came across as needy until I learned not to. So thank you guys for that.
What did Colt always say? He said something like, keep doing what you're doing unless you suck, or something like that.
Yeah, and then look at it change it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That was the G version.
Yeah. Before we let you guys go, I have another question for you guys and kind of an offshoot of it. But how important do you guys think events are? And what would you say to someone that's on the fence in going to Kansas City? Because we're like 5-6 weeks away from the 10th anniversary party.
Go ahead. I know what she's going to say.
All right. So remember how I said Travis was just going to support me? So I struggled in this business for the first 2 months because I was just like pedaling in mud. It was just ridiculous. And Lynette just goes, hang on, just hang on. The Elite Academy's coming. It's coming, because I mean, we were like really, really close as friends. And I think there was a touch of an ego because, I wasn't hearing everything that she was saying, or Brandon or any of that. So it was those first 6 weeks, and she says, just get to the Elite Academy. And I looked at him and I was like, okay, you're coming with me to San Antonio, right? He was like, what? Wait, now, I don't have time for that. And I was like, you promised you were going to support me on this, and I don't want to go by myself, and Fred and all of them are going to be there. You've got to go. He goes, all right, fine. He was like,
they got good margaritas.
He was like, the margaritas are awesome over there, so we'll go ahead and go.
We'll go.
And riverboats.
No joke. I still have people that come up to me to this day that are still in the business. He walked in like this. Can you guys see me? I know I'm short, but he was like this. And his arms were folded, and he pursed lips or whatever as he was sitting there at the thing. By the end of it, his arms were thrown back, and he was like, do you realize what we have our hands on? And so it was knowing who the company was. It was realizing they were real. They were authentic. We heard Dr. McCord speak, for goodness sake, back then. It was incredible. And then we came back home and signed 5 distributors.
In the first week.
Wow.
Because his belief, my belief, when I saw his belief go through the roof, because he is an entrepreneur, and I've always had a respect for his business choices and that. So it was like, oh my goodness, this is for real. And then it also helped that Brandon heard my invite. He was like, invite me to what you're doing. And within 15 seconds, he goes, oh, whoa. I know what you're doing wrong. I was like, really? Was that bad? He's like, oh yeah, it was bad. So guys, the events, it's what grows your business. Your belief will be built up. And when your belief is strong, your shoulders go back, your head is held high, and you speak a different language.
Yes.
So
yes, she got it. She had it. She said she had it. She totally had it.
Nailed it.
Oh my gosh, guys. Seriously, you have blessed us so very much. We just adore you. Can't wait to see you in Kansas City. But for our team, thank you for bringing your hearts, bringing your love for this opportunity and what we can do for other people, but also bringing your vulnerability. So we appreciate you guys so very much. You want to...
Yeah, thank you for taking time out of your tremendously busy schedule and all the awesome leadership that you guys provide. We're blessed that you took some time out to throw a little leadership our way, and we just thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks for having us. We feel privileged that you even thought of us. So.
Oh, God.
Absolutely. You guys are amazing.
Yes, we just love you guys. So, guys, Team Freedom reigns. All right.
See you in Kansas.
Yes, in Kansas. So this is week 1 of the 4-part series of Building Your LifeVantage Business. Next week, we are going to have the Highfields that are going to be here. They're going to be teaching on telling the story, your story, company story, how we make money. But between now and then, tomorrow night, live opportunity overview. You still have just under 24 hours to be inviting, because that's how we build this business, is inviting to information.
Yep. So use the amazing training you got today from Kimberly and Travis. And thank you guys again for joining us. If there's anything we can do, please let us know. But God bless you guys. We'll see you in Kansas City. Have a wonderful evening.
Hey,
Thanks,
bye,
everybody.
guys. Thank you.